Hi, I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. One of his advocacy, AI Builder and Growth Strategy, is sharing lessons from any immigrant journey, none other than Mr. Muhammad Nouman. Welcome, Mr. Muhammad, on Book 101 Review. And can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Thank you so much for the introduction. For having me as well on the podcast. This is Noman, and I'm in as mentioned that I'm a growth marketing expert with you know some sort of AI expertise, which I have been learning over the time so far. So since the times of AI has launched, so I'm pretty much hands-on on lots of tools which are coming in. So I may be able to help the listeners grasp some tools and take some lessons from what I've learned so far.
Mr. Muhammad Nouman, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. Thank you. And today let's talk about how AI changing the way we grow in business and in life. So tell us, how is AI fundamentally redefining what growth means for a business and individual, moving us beyond a traditional metrics like revenue or title?
Uh, so, uh, First of all, I will just give you a little brief context of where I am coming from. I was born in Pakistan, and I have lived there for most part of my life, and then I traveled to the Middle East, and I worked there for almost 3 years as a growth expert, and then I recently moved to Canada. I'm living in Toronto as of now, and so I've lived across three different countries and have shared journeys across three different continents as well. Um, as I've seen, how companies are actually growing across different sectors and across different geographies. With the new advent of AI, so as the AI is coming up with the in different areas of the business. So first of all, I will just talk about like holistically what actually businesses are. So what actually is the understanding of business for a normal person as a layman person. So business is something which actually um, create something valuable for the end customers, and then it uh, tries to sell it to that customer as per the need, and then try to maintain that all together um, with to create to continue creating value for the end customers and providing something for the users to gain something out of what they are doing. So as far as AI has come up so far, like it's been almost 2 years since ChatGPT came in, almost 2.5 years. Uh, but the real business solutions have just stopped coming in the last, I would say 1 year or so, and um, so it is helping in all the three segments of what a typical business does. As I mentioned, that businesses create some product or create some service in terms of value creation. So AI is helping to create product or create services for the businesses, and later on in the next steps the businesses actually helps the end customers to use their products or services, or they try to sell that or those products. So AI actually helps in retaining, or in reaching out to those customers, or identifying or bridging the gap between the business and the end customers with the help of different tools and different algorithm, which I will talk about later. And the third thing is about businesses try to retain those customers and the value creation that they have created all together. So AI also helps in retaining that customers and creating more value out of it in order to um, let that business grow. So all of the three elements of the business, AI is helping on all of the three segments as we stand today. So um, Yeah, so in terms of personal growth, we can talk about that later probably, but that's my perspective on AI helping the business and across three different layers of the business, or three different value creation that a normal business does.
We often hear AI accelerates growth, but where is it creating the most significant comparison?
um my expertise lie on the growth hacking side. So I help companies um to growth hack their business in order to reach more customers. And I can give you examples of how AI is actually redefining what growth actually looked like in like past year, for example. If you just talk about, let's say, LinkedIn, for example. So LinkedIn, one of the tool which most of the growth hackers, or the growth marketeers use. Um, LinkedIn actually helps out to reach out to the businesses owners, or probably the decision makers, in order to sell something that you are trying to sell, right? So you identify the people who are actually on LinkedIn, and they are working on some of the company, let's say. So let's say I'm selling let's say an A product, and I want to partner with some of the businesses which are there in the North American region. So I will go to LinkedIn, and I will try to find out who are the people who are actually working in those particular industries where I could try to sell off. So, but all of these thing is manual, with which I will do as a marketer, or I will probably run LinkedIn ads in order to reach them out. But AI is actually something which you can say is an extra brain that you get, which will help you identify the people who are relevant to your business, and it will also help you personalize your outreach to reach out to those people. So it's just like, you just imagine that an agent is working for you, an agent, or you can say an employee is working for you, who has got the brains, right? So you just need to define that what sort of business that you are doing, and what sort of people you are trying to reach out. And you can actually, as of sitting today in November 4th of 2025, you can actually develop some these kind of agents which will help you uh, reach out to those people who are actually, you were doing that all manually previously. So I would say, as a manual worker, if I try to do, let's say, if I try to close 15 to 20 deals per month, with AI, and with the speed AI can work, so you can close that number of deals in probably a week, or probably a day as well. So this is like a kind of speed or precision that AI makes you so much empowered that you can use that speed and precision in order to maximize the growth potential that your business actually has.
In a world of AI, sustainable competitive advantage now less about protecting a unique process and more about the quality of the prompts and the strategy behind them.
It's a good question. Um, there are two segments to your question, so I will address both of them separately. So first of all is you mentioned that um, how businesses actually sustain that process, or they find that unique selling point in the process of using AI. As we understand, so one thing that AI has done is that it has made a level playing field for all the businesses across the world. So even if you are sitting in, let's say, in London, or if you are sitting in Islamabad, Pakistan, or if you are sitting in the Middle East, Dubai, so every person has an equal opportunity to use AI to redefine their process, or to um, maximize the efficiency of their outreach in terms of growth. So uh, but how you are using those particular skill, or those particular processes, that's something very unique to you, right? So for example, let's say, this is the LinkedIn example is just one thing which I mentioned, which is like a very like a very broad example, I would say. But uh, there is a, I would call that, um, lots of businesses are not actually doing that, primarily because there is some sort of, uh, I would say, awareness level. um, there is a lack of awareness for the business owners or the decision makers, which who don't know that how AI can actually help their business to grow. So the people who are actually using AI, so they are already at certain advantage over the people who are not using AI in their business processes. That itself sets you apart from your competitors altogether. So you can have that sort of unique selling point in the processes by just adopting to AI at the first place. So if you're adopting AI in your business processes, then you're obviously standing out from your competitors. That's the first thing that I would say. Then probably when all of the companies actually adopt AI in their processes, then probably we can talk about how you can actually um, make yourself unique to your own processes. But I would say that adopting AI just for the sake of redefining your processes is something which will just set you apart from that. The second thing is that you talked about is regarding the prompt. What I talked about is like an advanced level of AI utilization, and prompting is something which is more of a basic level of utilization of AI. And people like me or you or anybody who's listening right now, so they all are like they can use AI in their personal life as well. So we call them we call them the sorry, just like the chat GPT or Claude or Perplexity. So these kind of end user AI models, which are designed in a way that you ask them a question or you ask them for some sort of reference, and then they go out and they find the answers for your questions and try to advise you or suggest you or recommend you something that you are actually struggling with. So in in that context, because these AI models are based on certain data that are they're being trained on, called large language models, LLMs. So there's a certain way of talking to these particular LLMs, and each model, like if you talk about ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google Gemini, or any tool, any of the the AI models which are out there, and they all have their particular way of particular structure where how you can talk to them. As an example, but there's one thing which stays constant for all of them. So one thing which is like I would really like to highlight is that whenever you are asking some sort of question from any of the AI model, let's say if you just talk about ChatGPT, so you can actually you can actually make it answer at the very optimum level by just giving them a context of who they are. So for example, if you are a marketeer and you want a campaign design, for example, or you just want ideas on the campaign design, you can ask that particular model that you need to behave or you need to act as a marketeer with 20 plus year experience, or as a VP of marketing who has been working in CPG sector, for example. You need to be very specific about who you want your agent to look like or behave like. So you give them that persona or that personality by the in within the prompt itself, and then that particular model will act as that persona or that personality, and respond back to your answer or queries with that context in mind. So there are other ways to optimize your query as well. For that, I would recommend that you go to each of that model. For example, if you talk about Google Gemini, so Google Gemini actually gives you a prompting guide on how to use Gemini Pro for the best of its abilities. So if you just go Google that, and it will give you a link where you can go and find out that what are the prompting guides that you should adopt in order to utilize the capacity of that model at the maximum.
Interesting, Mr. Muhammad. And everyone talks about AI automating tasks. What is the less obvious but more powerful way AI is changing how we strategize and make critical business decisions?
Um, yeah. So as we have mentioned that everybody is talking about AI, and I was reading um, one of the articles just a couple of days ago, and there was a survey where everybody was they were answering a question. The question was everybody is talking about AI as you mentioned, but they were asking majorly that does AI have has AI made any sort of impact in your revenue of the business? And surprisingly, so only 9% of the people actually said yes, and 91% of the people they said no. So they didn't see any impact of adopting AI and seeing its impact directly to the business. That's a very big number, and it's very surprising as well that why people are adopting AI and they are not seeing the results. It's primarily because of the two reasons. One of the reason is that they are adopting AI, but they don't know that there is a real impact or not. Primarily because AI is there to as of today, so AI is majorly being adopted to optimize the operations or optimize the processes that they are doing in their business. By optimization, I mean if you are, as I mentioned, that if you are trying to reach out um, to a number of people on LinkedIn. So by manually you can do like for example 20 per month, but AI you can with the AI you can probably reach out to 20 per day. So that kind of speed is something which you can you can gain by using AI. But even the businesses are doing that, there is a human element to it, because whenever you are closing a deal, for example, so then you have to adopt you have to intervene as a human and try to close those deals, and humans have certain capacity or a certain limit where they can actually work. So first thing is that probably they have not implemented AI to the full of the potential that the AI can actually act. So here I'm talking about not just implementing AI for the business operations altogether, but also adopting uh, AI for the decision making as well. So now I'll not name particular tools, but there are tools which can actually act as your SDRs. By SDRs means sales development representative, and you can train those SDRs to not only talk to your clients, but also try to close the deals with your clients. So these tools are evolving. So because every day there's something new which is happening in AI, and with the speed these are coming in, so I'm very sure that businesses will start to answer that they see the direct impact of AI in their revenue growth as well. That's something which I would say that companies are not adopting AI with their full potential. So you can see there are certain businesses which start with, for example, let's say that they as you mentioned, there's a buzzword of AI and everybody wants to talk about AI or adopt AI, but they don't know the direction what they do. So what I will recommend is that you can start very small. By very small, I mean that you can identify any business operation that you are doing manually, and try to create some sort of agents, or maybe you can just simple Google, or reach out to any person who is like an AI consultant who can provide you or guide you how to develop those agents. And you can start with deploying that agent and try to automate that process by using the AI brain as well at the back end. So as an example, I can say that, for example, I've worked in the CPG sector, and there was a task which I can say that you need to collect the prices of a certain product of all the competitors on a daily basis. So it's a very tedious task, and there's a person who is responsible for that, and he takes probably 7 to 8 hours to identify all the prices of the products uh, within a certain region of and compile them in an Excel sheet, right? So that's something which a human is taking probably 7 to 8 hours. But if you develop an agent and you just train that agent um, to identify the prices of the competitors, and you give them the sources from where it has to identify those prices, and you provide them an Excel sheet or probably a document where where the agent actually pulls in, or put all the data in, and you just automate the whole process using those AI agents, that you can actually cut down this 8 hours of manual work into just probably 8 minutes of the work that the AI agent can do. So this way you can actually helping in the decision making of your pricing structure, or for example, if you want to change the prices of the product. So if you have that sort of speed of knowing the competitor prices in the market, then obviously you can take better decisions very efficiently, and you can probably have a minimal losses in terms of price sensitivity of your particular product as well.
Mr. Muhammad, what would be your short-term and long-term goals?
Um, okay, so if you talk about like personally, if you're asking about my short-term goals, so with AI coming in, and with the changes that are happening on a daily basis or weekly basis, I would say that the short-term goal for everybody should be to learn as many tools or as many AI skills that you want to adopt or you want to learn, or in your particular area. Also, for example, I am from the growth marketing field, so I'm trying to learn all the tools or all the tactics which are there in the market, which can help me as a growth marketer to learn those tools and take the tools forward. And obviously in the long term, because we don't know how the market is going to perform, so you need to have some sort of I would call that utilization of those tools for your own benefits. For example, you can um, create something or build something using these AI tools. One of the examples could be that you can make some sort of agents which will help you uh, give proper investment um, suggestions or recommendations on a stock market, as an example. So you have an agent which is actually guiding you on everyday basis, that where you should be spending your stocks, or where you should be spending money in the stocks in a particular stock market. That sort of um, long-term goal, including myself and everybody else, I would recommend that you should have use those tools and have some sort of long-term financial goal that you should have for these using these tools for your own personal benefits.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. Muhammad, and looking forward for more success. And what would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
Um, uh, what I have observed is that there's a lot of noise of uh, across the sector that AI is taking their job, and um, it's true that to some extent that AI is coming over and taking some sort of jobs as of today. So if you talk about customer service representative, or the service call agents, or booking agents, so all of those tasks which did not require any sort of utilization of your of your or utilization of human skills. So those sort of jobs are definitely at risk as of today, and they have been we have seen that there's a trend of people who are getting laid off on those particular fields as well. uh, but I don't believe that people who have the skills of using AI in their daily job or daily life, they are not at risk. I will give you my own example, or people I know who have been using AI for their benefits. It not only helps you to stay updated with whatever the trend is going on. So companies actually love that, and companies would, because the company, as I mentioned, the companies are struggling with where they should adopt AI in their daily operations, right? The traditional companies, if we talk about, uh, so they need the people who have those AI skills, or who are, I would say that, um, who are that powerful, or who are that energetic to bring those AI skills or AI expertise into the business operations. So companies are looking for those people, and those people don't exist as of today. So there's a very great opportunity out there. You start learning AI. Just you can just start off by watching a basic YouTube videos, or just taking the courses by Google, or uh, by Chat GPT. So there are separate modules for by each of the AI companies, which have actually listed all the courses there out to learn AI. So you start off from there, and you build your expertise in your particular area. You identify your expertise. For example, if you're from HR, so how AI can help you to maximize your efficiency in your daily work. So by learning those tools, you obviously are bringing some sort of extra value to the companies who actually need people like you. So I would say that you start off from there, um, and as you start off, so then you obviously learn lots of other things for yourself as well, because these AI tools also makes you kind of an entrepreneurial mindset guy. So because these AI tools are so simple to use and so easy to adopt, so you can actually think of some ideas that you have been thinking for, like, for the past 10 years, and you were not able to to implement that idea because of a certain reason. For example, maybe a technical expertise that you don't have. So I can give another example here, that I because I have been into this AI space for quite some time, and there was an idea that I had in my mind to develop some sort of platform which can generate some sort of revenue for me in the longer term. So, but uh, I had a constraint of technical expertise, because I'm a marketeer, and I don't know any technical knowledge of coding and etc. So there are tools out there right now which can help you write the codes by simple prompts. So you just give simple prompts, and it can help you build websites, build platforms, and which can help you generate some sort of revenue for yourself. So both in terms of giving some sort of value to the companies who are already out there, or building something from scratch. So learning AI will help you in achieving both the goals. But the key thing is here to be that person who will go out and try to learn what these AI tools can bring up to your life, or overall in terms of your learning abilities. So yeah, that's something which I would say, that go out and start learning from any of the short course, or any of the course that you actually want to learn from.
Well, thank you for that advice, Mr. Muhammad. And can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Um, uh, I'm actually not that a bookish guy, but I will definitely recommend um, some of the tools which you can actually use into your daily work. One of the tool that I use is Claude. I don't use ChatGPT that often because I think um, uh, Claude is more, I would call it a tool which can answer you more. I would call that a more appropriate way, or for lack of better words, I would say that um, it has a good brain. So the same question that you ask from ChatGPT or Claude, so you get better response from Claude. So that's one tool that I will recommend. And the second one is that uh, Gamma, so GAMMA. That tool is basically to help you make presentations in your daily job by single prompts, or by simple PDF. So if you just share a link to Gamma and ask Gamma to make a presentation out of it, and it will just create that presentation in just couple of minutes, and the quality of output that you get from that tool is pretty amazing. So I would highly recommend these two tools that you can start off by adopting that in your daily life, because I understand that you have to write emails, so you can use Claude, and you have to make presentations in your daily work that you're doing in your daily life. So you can use Gamma for that in your daily work life.
Thank you for that recommended book. So recommended that empowering us, Mr. Muhammad. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too. Comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well. Geography 101 in fourth season, and my baby podcast Law 101 and Mental Health 101, as well as my Bible Verses 101. Love Letters in fourth season, as well as Movie 101 Review and Music 101, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its second season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. So, Mr. Muhammad, tell us, by taking over the how is AI ultimately focusing us to answer the much more difficult and important questions why we want to know and who.
Okay, can you just repeat your question? So I will just yeah.
Yes. So, Mr. Muhammad, why we are using AI now in our everyday lives?
um, why we are using AI? So it's simply because if you are not using AI, then you are actually lagging behind, and you are actually because it's a competitive world, and people who are using AI, they will take advantage of who are advantage over the people who are not using AI. So AI wave is just like the .com wave that we had like a couple of decades ago. Companies who actually did not adopt to that wave, or the people who are actually not no adoptive or receptive to that particular wave, so they actually lag behind, and because the world moved on, and they moved to the next wave. So I see that AI wave is similar to .com wave that we have as of today, primarily because of the patterns that you see in the .com wave and the AI wave are pretty much similar, but the speed at which AI wave is taking over is pretty the speed at which it's coming is pretty fast as compared to .com. So .com produce millionaires or billionaires in probably years, but AI has the potential to create millionaires and billionaires in probably months or so. So I would say that it's similar to if I there was a picture which I was saying that when the calculator was first invented, so there was a protest by the mathematicians who actually wanted uh, who were actually very reluctant to adopt to calculator because they thought that their jobs are being banished. But actually, if you look back today, and if you see today, you just Google the calculator protest or something like that, or in the Google images you will find an image where the mathematicians are actually protesting against the invention of calculator. Um, but with the invention of calculator, we see that we were able to solve very complex mathematical problems, but we actually adopted to that invention and made very complex complex calculators later on, in our business life or in our daily life as well. So AI may be similar to that. So it is I will not say that you should take it as a replacement of humans or a replacement of mathematicians per se, but it would rather be an advancement to the overall human race. So maybe think of um, um, maybe think of flying cars, or maybe think of moving from London to New York in just half an hour, or in probably just a few minutes. So all of these ideas can be executed because today AI can actually help you speed up your thought process and decision making skills. So if you are adopting to do AI, so the your imaginations is your limit. So the more you imagine, the more you are able to create and build. So AI will help you to take your builder's mindset, or a builder's mentality into an execution with a very fast pace that probably humans have never imagined in their entire journey so far. So I would say that don't be that mathematician who went out to protest against the invention of calculator, but rather be that mathematician who actually used the calculator and try to solve very complex mathematics problems, because of which we see the inventions which are out there in the market as of today.
Mr. Muhammad Nouman, thanks so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
So I recently developed one of the tool which is called skipthehr.com. It's basically a tool which I designed using vibe coding, and it's basically a platform which helps the job seekers to connect to the decision makers or the hiring managers directly by bypassing the ATS system which is out there. So we see that there's a lot of filters when you apply for jobs, and those filters are primarily the AI systems which are actually, so I have used AI to actually bypass the AI systems in order to connect with the real human in order to secure some sort of job. So I built that tool using vibe coding, and you can go out and check, sign up there, and give me the feedback on how the tool actually works. And yeah, you can obviously reach out to me anytime on my LinkedIn. You can see my profile. It's linkedin.com/IN/IR Nouman, IR Nouman. So IRNOUMAN. So you can just drop me a message on my LinkedIn, and I will be happy to connect and answer any question that you have.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Muhammad Nouman, because if you support him, for sure, more and more empowering AI advocacy to come. So, Mr. Muhammad, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Bodycon people, see you soon.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.